Hey, what's up everybody, Gil here from Makinars, and today we are going to see how to create fake lights and how to improve the gradient in the title clip. So let's create a new project. I will create a 720p, 29 fps, and I will bring my texture. And this texture I download from textures.com. You can download there for free. You just need to create an account and you have a limited amount of textures that you can download per day. So you can go there, textures.com, and check it out. This one is my wall texture. I will bring the chiral gradient, and if you have a small texture, you need to add the transform effect and make it bigger. For me, this size is okay because we are going to create the light in the center and these borders will disappear in the shadow. Here in the chiral gradient, I will change to radial and the start opacity all the way up and the end opacity also. Now the start Y, I will just go down a little bit, maybe 0, and the end Y a little bit up, around 700, and we change the blend mode to multiply. Then we have our wall. Now we need a floor, so I'll bring a new texture, and for this one we need the corners because we want that floor perspective. I will just zoom out a little bit the canvas, and here we can change by eye or you can go with round values right here. It works like this. Is the vertex 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if you want to change this one X, you go here, or one X. If you want to change Y, it's the same. So if I want to change this corner right here is the number 4, 4X or 4Y. Okay, so let's just zoom out a little bit. And I want something like a floor, more or less like here. If you want to align, you have this corner 1, you take the position of the Y, let's make 3550, we copy this one, Ctrl C, and this is the corner 2, so the Y in corner 2, we paste it, and it's now aligned each other. Then I will bring the chiral gradient again, and also radial, start opacity, end opacity, and here we change 1155, and here in the end X we go down a little bit, something around 300, 320, and I change also the blend mode to multiply. Now we have this issue right here. The corner is affecting the chiral gradient. We cannot see the background. We just need to move these corners down, and then we have our floor. And now we can adjust a little bit because it's too flat. I want more like here. And also this chiral gradient is a little bit smaller. So, and Y, just make it bigger. Okay, let's change the corner again. Something around here. Let's align this one. Should be the corner Y in the 1 and Y in the 2. So 3500 and then 3500. And if you want, you can align the other vertices also. And we have our room. Let's go here. Also guys, this background needs to be the size of your video. For me, 5 seconds is okay. Now we're going to create a new track and create also a new title clip. Let's remove the background, create a title like, I would say Makinars. When I create a gradient inside of the title clip, we have only 2 options right here, and we cannot make more than this. So how can we improve it a little bit? I will just use this one right here. Let's change the color to white and something like green. Yes. If you want to copy the same colors, this green, more or less like here. And we adjust this green to be a bit harder. Okay, I will change this font also. Okay, Deja Vu Sans, black. Okay, bring to the middle. And now we can have a new color for this gradient. We can make the same title again. We change this color. Here I want the green to the top. Already saved it. And for the bottom, I want this opacity 0. It's like transparent. And then we create this one. And we have a new color for this gradient. You just need to align to the middle. But I will make some changes here because this green is too high. You can create a lot of different gradients if you use this technique. Let's change this one. And align. And now we have this kind of gradient. Just edit this color to more near to the blue. I want the opposite way. When you make this, you cannot select the back one if this one is in the front. You can work with the Z index, send this one to the back, and then you can make adjustment on this other one. But you can also just leave like this and you make the adjustments and then you align everything. I want the dark color in the bottom and the light color in the top. This is the dark. This is not the dark. Okay, I'm making mistakes. I need to add the gradient, not outline. And the light to the top. Okay, now I will align everything. Back first. And then this one, outline also. Okay, now I have my title clip. Let's bring to the timeline. The only problem here is if you want to edit your title, you need to edit for both. So if you want to change this font, change this size, I don't know, maybe the letter spacing, -10, -20. We need to change this one also. And then we align. It's not that hard, you can do this. Only if you have lots of gradient lines, then it could be a mess, so you don't want this. But if you have only these two colors, it's okay, it's fine. Every time you want to change the type, you come here and you change for both clips. Okay, it's already in the timeline. Now we create a new track. And we bring this title again. Why two? Because we need the shadow. So if this one on the top is the title and this one, the bottom, is the shadow. For the shadow, we need to copy these corners from the floor. So let's copy and we paste the effect for this one. But we don't need the Kaido gradient. Remove the Kaido gradient and leave only the corners. And also the corners, we need to change the alpha operation to minimum. It doesn't look like a shadow, we need to make some adjustments. We bring the flippo effect over the corners, okay? And we just change the y-axis. Now we bring the tint and we make black to black, tint amount to the top. We also need the transform effect and the square blur. Bring the square blur over this transform. The square blur is only 5 because we don't want that strong hard shadow. And here in this transform we can move or change the opacity of this shadow. Now we bring back the title. This title also needs a transform. We change the Y because we want this title more near to the floor. Something like 80, 90. And the shadow should go to the top, not too much. We don't want to lose this shadow inside of the background shadow. Okay, let's see more near. As you can see, this shadow is not perfect aligned to the title. You can make it perfect just changing right here in the shadow transform. Check the distort and we can change the width size. And then middle. Smaller and middle. Okay, you got the point. You can do by yourself. I will not try to align this perfectly, but it's okay. And now we need to animate both the title and the shadow. For the title, I want this title falling from the top. I'll create a keyframe right here to hold this keyframe and jump just one and create a new one. Here is the finish of my animation. The first one, I'll make the Y all the way to the top. This one is the same. And then from this one, like 10 frames, maybe 15, the title will falling from the ceiling to the floor. When it hits right here, hits the floor, and then we jump 3 frames and create a new keyframe, and we go back to this one, and at this point the shadow and the title needs to make contact. Bring a little bit down. And this is the only change. We go back to the shadow, bring a transform effect. Let's create the keyframes. It's 215, 218, and 2. Okay. The first Y size outside of the screen. And here in the 215, they make contact. And I forget to change the Y size to match these characters. We can do right here, it's okay. Enable distort. And then we go back a little bit. Also change the width. And we have the title animation. The shadow is coming too early. We bring back right here. Now is everything fine. Okay, we finished the title. Now we create a new track. And we bring this texture again. For this texture, we just add a composition, overlay, and this one is just for the title. Let's see the title. Okay, right here. We have the texture, overlay to the title. Without the texture, with the texture. I'll create a new track. It's better. We create already 2 tracks because we need 2 tracks for this effect. And I'll bring an element. And this is a lighting effect. It's like a bolt effect. I downloaded from Pixabay. It's really cool. We're going to use just a small piece. Maybe from here until right here. We also need a transform effect for this one. And we want to rotate it because we are going to use this as a spark. Also the size we change to 20%. It's really small. This spark should appear after the title hits the floor. Right here. But what happened? Okay, we need to create a comp. It's a composition. And this composition we change to Chiral blend, and we change the blend mode to add. And you cannot see anything because this comp is working over the texture. We need to change the Chiral blend from automatic to V2 and we adjust the position right here. It will not affect the background, right? Because we are making this transform to V2. The V2 is the floor. It will affect only here, on the floor. But it's okay because we just need it on the floor. We have just a few frames with black. We need to remove these first frames. And now, okay, now it starts when it hits the floor. And it's also a little bit slow, so we change the speed. We make like 200%. It's more fast. So now we select both, we copy and paste. In this second version, we change the transform. Why we have this keyframe right here? Oh my gosh. Just remove this keyframe. I don't know why we have it. Maybe I created by mistake. It's okay. Then we change only the Y position. The second version also changed this Cairo blend to V3. I don't know why, but we bring back to V2. Okay. Oh, again in the transform, we bring to the left side and we change the rotation. You just need to adjust. It's a bit harder, but
a few moments later.
You can do a better job in your project. I don't have too much time, otherwise this tutorial will be a little bit longer. So now I will just bring my audio files. And again, I download this audio from freesound.org. You can have it for free on the description below. We have this hit, and it hits when the light appears. The light came first, and then we have the hit. And we also have this background. Let's just rename this one. And this one is the background. We don't need everything, we just need this small piece. Fade out. And we're done, guys. If you want, just to have a special touch, you can add a color effect to the texture. And you change this color effect to Access. And as you see, the metal looks great. Look, without the SS, it's a little bit flat. With the SS, you have more contrast. I was editing this video and I forgot to make the animation for this texture. The texture needs to follow the title, so you just need to copy the transform effect from the title to the texture. And now we bring a Cairo gradient to the master track. Okay, radio, Y and start and end opacity, and then here in the end Y, bring down the X, and we multiply. We are going to create an effect zone. And hide the audio. Here we have this lighting effect, so it needs to affect the entire scene. We are going to use this Cairo with the master track to make the entire scene flickering a blue light, just to match with this lighting effect. Let's try this one. We want to use this effect zone and change the effect on for these two lighting right here. It's already working, but we need this to be light, not contrast. Maybe overlay, let's see. Let's change here to the blue. and make some adjustments right here. Let's see, index, on and off. Okay, we remove the start opacity and the end opacity, and we have no lighting affecting our scene. So then we go like here in this frame and we have a really blue scene. Go back again. What's happening? We begin without blue light and then we're going up with this blue light. Keep on going. Right here, the light disappears. It's almost disappeared, but we have a few light. And here it starts again. And then, oh come on. You know guys, I don't know what's happening. Okay, I cannot use this timeline, because if I use this timeline, see? My cursors go back to the beginning. I need to use this timeline. It's okay, I'm gonna keep using the arrow keys from the keyboard and we keep adjusting these lights. Right here, it disappeared again, almost disappeared. And the last one, we have blue light again. And then it finish. It finish a little strong, but just to not finish too much strong. Sorry guys for the errors, but as you know, this is Kdenlive Live. If you use Kdenlive a long time, you already know we have a lots of bugs, but it's still a good video editor. I'm a visual effect artist, so I'm not using Kdenlive to make video editing because we already have lots of tutorials of video editing and I want to focus more on the effects. That's why my video is like this. And I know it's a mess, but we can have really cool animations. So this is all for today guys. I hope you like it. I hope you learned something useful. And if you like, don't forget to give me the thumbs up, it helps a lot. Also share and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you don't miss the notification of the new videos. And I see you in the next video.